Thank you guys so much for joining another episode of Sheen Magazine's Sheen Talk. I'm your host today, Laura Miller. Laura Miller Pins on Instagram, and we are here with It's VEDO, baby. VEDO
Yo,
the singer. How are you, VEDO?
Laura, I'm blessed, baby. Just happy to be here. New music out Valentine's Day tomorrow. Love is in the air, all that good stuff.
Love is in the air. And you know what? I wanted to talk to you about that because we're going to get in touch with your Sheen roots because you've been around with us for quite some time. And now
Yeah,
you're like a big deal with like 5 million streams on Spotify and like
yeah.
multiple albums and this beautiful life that you're cultivating in artistry. And we are so appreciative that you took the
Thank
time
you.
to chat with us because we've been a VEDO fan since you were like a teenager.
Yeah, nah, man. Sheen been around for a while, man. It was actually one of the first like big platforms to actually give me a stage to perform on. It was at the Bronner Brothers Hair Show. Many years, actually. It wasn't just one time. It was like a few years,
Yeah,
back to
no,
back
you
years.
done like quite a few
Yeah,
actually.
back to back years, and it's always been love. It's always been just, hey man, just come perform, showcase your talent, new songs. It was always a lot of people be having to pay to get on those things, man. But Sheen kind of always been family, and I always show love, and I've always show my support any way that I can too, and it's always family with us.
Yeah, we the executive staff, we were discussing you earlier today.
Yeah,
One thing that our marketing director had to say was VEDO was just this extremely raw and wonderful talent. And I have no
yeah,
surprise that he's where he is now because I saw this very early on. So shout
yeah,
out to Darren Martin for seeing the vision because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we see a lot of young artists and up and coming artists, and you don't know what's going to happen, right?
Right.
Industry is so precarious and it can
Facts.
go from, well, this is pre TikTok. So you were doing
Right.
the other stuff before
Exactly.
TikTok.
Yeah, I
So it's
think
like no way to know, right?
yeah, it's no way to know, but I think, when you get a hunch, you get it like you just have to sow into somebody without knowing. Like you just don't know where life is going to take them or you. I think that was one of the things that they did. And I do the same, even with people that I run into, like you just never know what people are going to be, in the next 5 to 10 years. So you sow into them, whether it be whatever, financially, whether it be spiritually, emotionally, you just sow into people in hopes of pushing them further towards their goal. And that's what Shane did as far as, allowing me to get on their stage in front of all these people and just perform, you know what I mean? So that was really, really dope for me.
And I heard you killed it. I wasn't quite around,
Yeah, man, no, last time sound.
but I heard you did good. So there
Yeah.
is that, right? So I want to talk about Valentine's Day because it is probably
Mhm.
by the time this episode comes out, it's going to be Valentine's Day.
Right, right.
And I was told by Gene Noble, I don't know if you know Gene. Do you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Gene Noble told me that R&B singers don't get to have a romantic night on Valentine's Day. They have to work. Is
Mhm.
that the same for you?
Um, not really, because I feel like I'm at a place now. I don't do any shows on Valentine's Day. I don't do any interviews like that. Like it has to be something like just once in a lifetime type thing. But I try my best as a family man and as a now new fiance to kind of carve out at least that time to actually celebrate and give that time, to my significant other. So I mean, I would say in the beginning, yeah, Valentine's Day was kind of like, oh, it's a bunch of events going on. We need you to come sing here, come sing there. But now it's like, nah, especially if you ain't talking about no real money. And now we can say
Right.
that if you ain't talking about no real money, I can't, miss out on that day. And if you are talking about some real money, most likely my fiance gonna be with me at wherever I'm at. Anyways, that way we can still continue our Valentine's thing together afterwards. So yeah, I mean, I do get that sometimes. Yeah, you do have to work on Valentine's because R&B is love. But for
Yeah, it
me,
is. And I
yeah,
want to credit you for being one
yeah,
of the artists that are basically thwarting the
yeah,
concept that R&B is dead. It does not die
yeah.
long as
No,
Vito is creating albums.
yeah, I've done the
And
work already. I've done the work.
yeah,
So I got a new album out. Y'all listen to that on Valentine's Day. Okay, that's my treat to y'all. So when y'all get done at the end of the night, throw that album on and just enjoy it, man.
Yeah, so Mood Swings is the album, right? So
Yeah.
I am one of those people that when I interview a artist, I need to know everything. And I'm sorry in advance.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions.
All
So
good.
first thing, let's start at the title. Why
Okay.
Mood Swings for the title of the album?
Um, I wanted to like highlight the different internal and exterior like emotions we go through as people. And Mood Swings was probably the best title to kind of capture all of that. Cause it's like, we go through the feelings of love, we go through the feelings of insecurities, we go through the feelings of being unsure. Even now, like on Valentine's Day, some people who really don't have a significant other, like they're in their mood, they're in their feelings. Like everybody's posting flowers and like this is a real mood that we go through, and not just on Valentine's Day, but every day. You have as men and as women, we always have that notion in the back of our head, like is my significant other really for me? Is they stepping out on me? Is they, are they lying to me? Like these are just normal things that we go through. And I wanted to, with this album, I wanted to kind of capture that and not, because a lot of my albums have been, sexual R&B, it's just been R&B, love, sensual, sexual vibes. But I wanted this to still feel sensual, be sexy, and also be a little conversation starter, from every
Yeah,
song that
no,
you hear. It's gonna be a mood that at one point in time you felt that mood.
yeah, for sure. You definitely have some songs on this album that start the conversation, like
Yeah.
TF, if you guys haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's crazy. I want to talk about the concept though, because like you said, mood swings and given the dexterity of love or the feeling of relationships, there are a lot of different extremes and levels within a
Yeah.
relationship. So why was that
Absolutely.
important for you to make this full type of comprehensive R&B album? Because I mean, like you said,
Yeah.
you just, bossed up. You could have did some
Yeah.
sexy stuff. You could have just,
Yeah. I
played
just
a couple of challenges to TikTok, but you went
right,
for the road.
exactly. I just felt like, R&B is has much more depth than just falling in love, falling out of love, having sex, whatever. I just feel like life period is more in depth than that. And, R&B has been kind of put over into this realm of, oh, if you ain't grabbing the wind and on your knees and in the rain, it's not R&B. Yeah, R&B is not always that though. Rhythm and blues, it evokes emotion. Like I said, happy, sad, corny, playful, whatever, whatever. Like it's just evokes so many things, man. And I think I wanted to like play across the board. Even with a record I did on there called Somebody Else, it basically says, you with somebody for a long time, you naturally get comfortable, and you start to find yourself kind of like just doing the bare minimum. Not having sex as often, not going on dates as often, not having long talks like you used to in the beginning. You're just not really, not asking about your partner's day. How was your day? Things like that. And a lot of people try to say, "Oh, it don't mean nothing." It really does, because there is somebody out there that's putting forth that effort and that will want to put forth that effort to ask your lady how she's doing every second of the day and make sure she's fine. So if you're not doing that, it could be you and somebody else.
That's a
Yeah.
fact. That's a life
Yeah.
lesson. So it makes
Yeah.
me wonder, do people, since you're kind of prolific, right? Do people ask you for advice a lot? Because you
Yeah.
now have this beautiful
Yeah.
family. They're so cute. Oh my God, your daughter is so cute. And your
Thank you. Thank you.
fiance is beautiful. I was so
Thank
glad.
you.
She's so beautiful and chocolate and wonderful. Shout out to the brown girls.
You know the
And
vibes.
like I imagine people want to know your insight now. Do you feel like that's happening to you more often?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I'm no relationship expert. I'm really no therapist. I'm a logical thinker, and I tend to like, pay attention to the emotions and words that, that a person says. Like, okay, it would be, selfish of me not to take into account that this is something that she obviously likes to do. I don't, but am I willing to sacrifice, an hour, 2 hours, a day or 2 days or a weekend doing some stuff that I normally wouldn't do just to make her happy? Yeah. I mean, that's just the way life is. You go to work, your boss asks you to do something, you don't want to do it, but you're gonna do it so you don't lose your job,
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, we all happy. You still got your job, your boss is satisfied, you move on to the next. I just feel like, I listen to understand. I listen to understand. I don't just listen to reply. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
always been a big thing in my relationship or any relationship with anybody, even in music. People have their concerns and their, um, you know, things that they want to bring to the light. And as a businessman, you can't be closed minded and say, I don't want to talk to this person. So,
Mm-hmm.
explain to me your side of it. And it's like me and my fiance, like, let me know how you feel. Talk to me. Okay. All right. If that's how you feel, I understand. Let me see what I can do. Let me try to fix it. And I think that works tremendously with just communication.
I agree. So I want to go back to Valentine's Day because I really think the men need your help, Vito. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What is in your mind the most thoughtful way to present this holiday to
Mm.
your partner?
In my mind,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough, man, because it's like with me, it's like it's so hard to find something to do on Valentine's Day because it's Valentine's Day every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would just say it would take you have to know your partner, right? You have to really
Mm-hmm.
know them. You have to know what are triggers, what are good triggers and bad triggers. So for example, we've been everywhere. We've traveled. We've done this. We bought everything we wanted to buy. Okay, well, I can go out and get you a purse. Cool. I can go out and buy you this and buy you that. Perfectly, I
Mm-hmm.
can. But what can I do that's super thoughtful that hadn't been done? For example, um, going to something simple, going to get a necklace made with her father's who's deceased picture or his name etched in it or something like that, just to let her know it's something simple like he's always with you wherever you go type vibe. Like I just feel like you just have to know your partner. So I don't really think it's there's a specific like right way or the best way to show your love. I think it's just you got to know your partner. Because
Yo,
we
I
all go
told my husband that he only had to give me some catfish grits from this specific restaurant.
and guess what?
And
He
that's
know
it.
that.
And I'm gonna be
He know
happy.
that. He know that. And that's the thing about knowing, that's the thing about knowing your partner. Because you got some people who really don't like all that extravagant, you
Mm-hmm.
know, come in the house, it's roses all over the bed. Now you gotta clean all this shit up. Like some people don't like that. Some people love it, some
Mm-hmm.
people don't. Some people
Mm-hmm.
don't even like to be in the city. They like to go somewhere. They like to go to, a beach. Some people like to go get massages all day. Like you just gotta know your partner. So to answer your question, I don't think there's a way, like a perfect way, but my way is very sentimental in trying to find the good triggers of my partner to make them smile from within. Because I think that's the most important, making them smile from the heart. Yeah.
I love that. And my question is for your baby.
Mm.
She gets a gift too, yes?
Yeah, she gotta get a gift because she ain't gonna want to see them roses and she ain't got none.
Exactly. You guys never
Yeah.
forget. If you have daughters, make
Hmm.
sure she gets a gift too. Sons too. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna give my son. I both. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure. No, my daughter is getting a gift, but I don't know what I'm gonna give my son a gift. I get to pay for his little, his Valentine's for other people. So I think
Right.
he
I
might
think
not
I
see
think
it.
sons are a little different. Sons should be getting mom something for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
definitely.
So I know you said that you're not like the begging, crying in the rain,
Hmm.
handcrafts guy,
Right.
but you did in this
Hmm.
album create what I expect to be a wedding song
Yeah,
in forever.
definitely. Yeah.
Now, when you wrote that, I want to talk about your feelings towards it. Like those lyrics are, you know,
Hmm.
they're beautiful.
Thank
So
you. Thank
can
you.
we assume that you wrote them about your fiance?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Definitely the inspiration behind that. I think I just wanted to, a song is something you can listen to over and over and over and over, right? It's like, when you're getting married, you say your vows. You say it once, you got them written down, but unless you listen back to a recording or a video of the vows,
Mm-hmm.
you really can't. You'll never hear that same emotion and that same conviction um, that it was when they first did it. So
Yeah.
with that record, I wanted to do a record like that so that she can be able to listen to it and always know that this is how deep my love runs, and that regardless of whatever happens, this just know that this song was meant for you. And it was more like, it's like pre-vows for me, pre-vows. Not the real ones, but the pre-vows that you can, listen to and just always smile. So yeah, I just wanted to make her feel special, and let her know that I appreciate her for, rocking with me this long. And when everything wasn't good and you still here, when everything is good, you're still here. That's why you get everything that you want. So yeah, definitely.
I'm not a mushy person, but you almost got me choked up because that's delightful. Like, do you know how amazing it is to have a song dedicated to you? Even if it's as small, you guys are watching, even if it's as small as like a dedication on the radio, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing
No, it
that
means
that
a lot.
time and work was carved out for you specifically,
Yeah,
it's like the
yeah.
best thing ever. Like it's
And to know that somebody's thinking about you when you're not even present is always a good feeling too.
yeah, and to put it like to expand the thought because it's one thing
Right.
to think about a person, but to expand it in multiple
Expand it.
verses.
Yeah, and to go in depth on why I love you this much. And I think
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people love that record too. So it's like, man, it's just so heartfelt,
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote it universally too, so everybody could kind of share it, share that love and share that, that space.
So as far as collaborations on this album, you didn't like go nuts with collaboration.
Yeah,
I appreciate that for you. And again, that's what's making you a classic new age R&B artist, okay?
yeah,
Because you didn't go nuts. But you did grab my Chi-Town homegirl Tink, and you did
yeah,
grab
for sure.
Brown. Now,
Absolutely.
why those two? Why not Usher with his beautiful falsetto? What happened? He was busy.
Um, no, I mean, I think it's just timing again. It's the same thing with me and Chris Brown, just timing. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Usher's in a spot where he's just kind of like, he's just ushering. He's being usher. He's not really, not really in the mood of like really recording like that right now. He's just, he's doing he got his residency in Vegas. So he's
Mm-hmm.
been doing on that. But we stay in touch all the time though. So I think it'll happen. I think it's just got to be one of those records that happens within, together in the studio together, like a vibe. But I definitely had to get Chris on there though. Chris, I've been hounding Chris Brown down for a long time to get on the song. And finally got the record. He loved it, got on the song, and now we going crazy at radio right now. Going crazy.
Yes.
And of course Tink is amazing. I've been trying to link up with Tink for years. And so it just like I said again, it was just time and we had the right record. Obviously the record of Somebody we did with her reminded me of one of her records that she did some years ago. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was only right to get her on and talk to her. And she was like, yo, I love it. Send it over, send it right back. And I was like, hey, this is easy. This is dope.
Oh, and it was fast too. You didn't even have to
Yeah.
wait on it. See, that's my
Nah,
girl,
yeah.
Chi-Town. You see,
I
clap
had to
it up for
wait.
us. Way to go. You
Yeah.
know I'm handle business real
I
quick.
like people with that energy, man, because I'm the type, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it out the way. I'm gonna do it fast. It lets you know that that I feel you, I'm saying? I appreciate your work. I appreciate you even reaching out to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's make history. So,
Yeah.
that's just me.
So is it easier for you to collaborate like in-house with the people present, or does it matter? Like
Mhm.
once you cultivated the theme of the song, is it
Mm.
just all right? Like it
Yeah,
make a difference?
it's different, man. It just depends on who you're working with because you got some people who are hard to work with in the studio. Some people who, um, always think that their idea is the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
Some people who don't want to bend at all. And those are the hardest to work with. I've worked with those people as well before. But you also work with people who like, yo, they trust you, they trust your expertise. I trust their expertise. And it's like a beautiful marriage. But I would say that some of the best collabs and some of the best, writing collabs and placements that I've gotten was made right here in the studio, alone. And I just sent it to them. Yeah.
So
So
you have a studio in your house.
yeah, definitely.
Smart.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Because
you
you
have
can
to.
work nonstop. Do you like come up for air? Like, what do you? I know you
Nah,
go to
I,
the gym sometimes, but what are you doing?
nah. I go to the gym. I come home. I eat me some breakfast, whatever, protein shake, whatever, and I come right in the studio. I'm already done with another album. I've been recording for like the past 2 weeks. I have a whole album already, and I mean, I
So
was
I'm
literally recording
curious.
when yeah, I was literally recording when you called.
That
When
is
we
so
got a
cool. See, next time you're gonna have to like, I want to be like an eavesdropper in the
yeah,
session. I
for
love,
sure.
like, I used to be like a manager, well, years
Hmm.
ago, but I love studio time. I know the creative process is different from writing versus creating music, but like studio time is
Yeah.
it's my favorite because you watch the baby being like conceived. And
Facts. No,
it's
you
a
see that, you
real
see all the
like,
work.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
spiritual experience to me because it's like you really watch something grow in real time. It's even if it's something that you might have just got a hook and that's it,
Facts.
or you got one verse and you don't know where that's gonna go. It's just the promise of it. It's my jam. So I'm like,
Right. Nah,
next
I mean
time I want to be in that.
it's a beautiful process, man. I have songs that took me an hour to write. I have songs that took me 3 days to write. So it's just a beautiful process in finding the best record that works. When the record is done, sit back and listen to it. Like, damn, I really just did this in 2 hours, 3 hours. It's beautiful. So I
I
love it
love that. And you working hard, and I appreciate that for you.
for
I
sure.
appreciate that for us, really,
Oh
because
man, come on, man. You know
somebody that
that.
honors their craft is guaranteed to give us a great product, and that is
Yeah,
really important. Now, you mentioned radio. Now, you are experiencing the fastest requests and really good numbers right now. Is
yeah,
that
absolutely.
what's the exact phrasing? I want to get it properly.
Well, I mean, you got we're impacting at like in the top, I think top 40 now, top 40 mainstream radio. And all the DJs, all the PD program directors are like, yo, we need DJ packs, we need this, we need that. This record is going crazy right now. Like, so even with the actual record, you know how they did the Coil Ray,
Hmm.
the Coil Ray record where they took the DJ took the acapella and did a whole beat up under it.
Hmm.
And that now it's now going viral. That's what DJs are doing with this song now. So it's like it's a super need for all type of DJ packs, acapellas, instrumentals. The program directors are loving it. We got the sample of Maxwell in there, so that's even more of a reason for the program directors to be like, yeah, we playing this. So yeah, we moving good.
I love that. So now you're getting this commercial success. Let's create a full circle moment, shall we? So we're at Bronner Brothers. We're doing Chapman Foundation events. We're doing all these things as a young person, as a 16-year
Mm-hmm.
old. What's the difference between you on the inside then versus you on the inside now? Because, and I want to be clear when I say that, because you know how, and I'm not going to talk about a specific artist. First
Mm-hmm.
album is really great because they're literally starving, right?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
then by the time we get to like album three, they're like new, they dress different, they're a designer, they're like whole different people.
Right.
And the passion isn't the same.
Right. Okay.
I feel like your passion is still the same, and I want to know why that is.
Oh man, I just always had a love for music. Like I never did the music for like, because to the money. Like of course
Mhm.
that's the ultimate end goal that comes with hard work and anything that you spend day in and day in and day out doing, you're obviously going to become really good at it and
Mhm.
it'll turn into a job. But for me, I never like I just loved it. I did music for free for so years and loved it and just loved basking in the moment, loved sitting back, listening to my own records, like, and I still do that to this day. Like, regardless of how much money I've made or how much money I make, I just truly enjoy making really good music. I just do, regardless of where it's at, and I'm more comfortable in my home.
Mhm.
So like, my fiance, like, maybe you've been upstairs for like 8, 9 hours. Yeah, I mean, I'm working, I'm chilling, I'm loving. Like this is what got me where I am now, being in the studio Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, go to church on Sunday, get some brunch, come back Sunday night, I'm back in the studio. I
Mhm.
just truly love it. I mean, I love how it makes me feel, love how it makes other people feel. So that's why the intensity hasn't changed
So
because
you
I'm not doing it for the money, I'm not doing it for the fame or clout.
or for
I'm doing it because
Instagram.
music changes people, and I'm in the business of changing people and helping people overcome whatever it is that they're going through music.
I love that. So now, are you going on tour anytime soon? Can we look
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
at a location near us?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. My team and myself, we're putting together some dates now. It's set to start in May. So that's coming up real soon. So definitely get y'all coins together. It ain't gonna be not too crazy, but I need y'all to come out, catch a vibe. We're gonna tour the whole month of May. Just and this will be my actual first tour of my own. So it's gonna be dope. We're gonna have a whole show put together. So yeah.
So I need to tell you that I was first introduced to you by my friend Lakey, and
Okay.
I told her I would mention her because she literally told me, because I was like, I can't find any R&B and everything I'm listening to is like '09 and I quit and blah blah blah.
Right,
I am a
right.
music person, but like I transitioned, right? So I went
Hmm.
from like R&B to like all hip hop, and I just couldn't get out, and I craved R&B music. And the first person she told me to listen to was you.
You know that. You got to know
So
it.
she's so pleased that I'm
Thank
talking
you.
to you today. And honestly, that is really like another friend of mine, another best friend of mine, because I have more than one. She was like, ask him if he means the things he's saying in these songs,
Hmm.
or if he's trying to just tell us what we want to hear. Either way, I'm good. I just want to know.
Oh no, no. I definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Obviously, you know, even in relationships, sometimes you just say it just to make them smile. Like, listen, okay, I know that's what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is. And women do the same to men. Yeah, baby, you look good in that shirt. No, damn well he don't look good in that shirt, but you make him feel good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely like a lot of it is truly meant from the heart. Speaking from a personal level, personal place, and some of it is just tooting the horn a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
no,
why not?
I like it.
Everybody like to feel good. And sometimes you might have to, you know, dress it up a little bit for them.
Yeah, you do. You do. It's necessary. And one of my last questions, and this is like completely off the cuff, but I feel like you're smart enough to get it. I know you are.
Okay.
Um, so this is a hard topic, and y'all don't beat me up in the comments when this posts. But I feel like sometimes Black women or women in general aren't really necessarily sure how to make a Black man feel
Hmm.
special.
Hmm.
Can you give us like 2 or 3 tips from your
Mm.
perspective on what we can do?
Oh wow. To make you feel special.
Because I feel like
I'm
because like I said, DAF
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
something. You tell us what's happening.
For men, man, like for men, well, I would say for myself and a lot of men I'm around, it's never a like a materialistic thing that makes us happy or feel special. One of the big things for me that makes me feel special is respect from my woman. And when I say respect, it doesn't mean, respect me as this king or whatever I say go. Like respect as in letting me talk,
Mm-hmm.
not talking over me, um, you know, choosing your words wisely, regardless if you're mad or not. Like you just don't say certain things to your man, because we don't forget anything. Okay, you start saying the wrong thing, it kind of like really throw off the whole equilibrium of why we even here. I can't believe you just said that. So one is respect, as your man, and I trust me, women know what that means when you say just respect as a man. Um, Another one I would say is allow him to be the man that he wants to be for you, right? Um, Let him be like women. I love it. I love this. Women are nowadays are so independent and so like I got it. I got this. Like okay, it's just, and my fiance does this really well. She lets me be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she allows me to speak my piece. If it's something that I really don't want to do, she's like, okay, baby, all right, we ain't got to do that. And just little small stuff like that, like, cause men, we have to break down and let go and do stuff, that the woman wants to do so much. It really, really, really levels out the relationship when you can say to yourself or even say to your homies, like, yeah, man, my shorty, we good. Like, she know, like, if I don't want to do something, I'm a stand firm on it, and she gonna stand behind me with it. That's another thing that makes us feel special. Um, let me see. Lads, as you said, 3, right?
Yeah.
So 3. Let me see. Um, I would say pay attention to the small things, because men usually don't really require a lot to
Mm-hmm.
to make it through the day. You know, so I would say small things like, hey, I set up a, I noticed I noticed your fingernails was getting a little long. So I set you up a mani and pedi, such and such. And my fiance has my schedule. She's like linked into my calendar. So she know when I have free spots. Just the small things or hey, I noticed, whatever. I noticed you ain't had no more tank tops. The tank tops you had were getting old. So I went and bought you some more tank. Like those small things, they really, really, really go a long way with
I
men.
love that.
And it's like, because the only person that ever done that is your mother.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that ever goes above and beyond and thinks of the small things versus the glamorous things, like, was your mom. And to
Mm-hmm.
have that type of love, and know that somebody's thinking about you in the smallest way, but it makes the biggest impact, makes us feel really, really special. So yeah, those three.
I like that because you didn't say anything that forced your fiance to become your mother.
Yeah, no.
No, you said
Yeah.
stuff that was like little stuff, like I might need some new socks.
Yeah, I might
Like,
see you because men, we run around put the same socks back on, but then hey, look, you go in the drawer and you see, these socks look old. They turning color. Let me go get some new. You know what I mean? So it's
mm-hmm.
just small stuff like that, man. Because like I said, men don't really require a lot to make it through the day. Women, however, require more, a little more. Hey, baby, you beautiful. You look good. Love your hair. Love your nails. Oh my God, did you
Mm-hmm.
do something different with you? Where did you get that shirt? Like, stuff like men don't. We don't really care. I mean, you say I look good, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But
Like, yeah, that's
word,
awesome.
yeah, words of affirmation. But I think those three things for me would make me feel really special.
I love that. So now, last things last.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who is living under a rock
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't know that Mood Swings is out now,
Yeah.
or doesn't know that VEDO took his talents from The Voice Beyond,
Right.
how would you introduce a novice? Nope, I got a perfect personality for you.
Mm-hmm.
The type of person who is a Gen Xer,
Mm-hmm.
who believes that the last good resurgence of R&B was like Guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord. Okay.
Those guys, right?
What would I say?
What would you say to them about why they need to listen to this song?
Well, I think love is always gonna be love, but love changes. People love differently now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, back when Guy was coming out, things were different. Even in the household, things were different. Black relationships were different. I think that now today's R&B, it speaks the lingo of love today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all the same, I think. But if you want your love to evolve, I think you need to learn how to love differently and love at a different rate. Because you got a lot of people, not saying a lot of people out here, 45, 50 years old, and you still looking for that, you still looking for that 90s love, baby. Like you looking for the 80s love. Baby, you gotta get with the
You
time.
might be able to find it, but it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. And then on top of that, most time, 9 times out of 10, that 90s love you looking for, he's still with the person he fell in love with in the 90s. You know, so I think hey, listen, it's time to love at a different rate, at a different level, at a different pace. I'm not saying rush into anything, like just do no any of those type of thing, but love is different. Like people we express love differently now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we express love differently now, especially with everything that's going on, everything we went through in the past, 5, 10 years. It's different. So just
Mm-hmm.
give love a chance. Give love a chance to evolve. Don't be afraid to evolve with it, because just like now, in 10 years, um, you'll be loving different again. Everything is ever changing. So just give love a chance to evolve, and you give R&B the chance to evolve, and give it a chance. I think I've never heard anybody who said that, I listened to VEDO's music one time and didn't like it. I've never heard that.
No, you vibey as fuck. Sorry,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's
I've
a
never
real,
heard that.
it's real life. Like it's not
Yeah,
you don't get anything that feels disingenuous also.
Nah,
And you
facts.
can sing for real. Like you're not
Yeah,
whispering on the microphone. Lord Jesus, let's fix it.
yeah, definitely.
But Vito, I could talk to you all day, but I want you to finish this album because I'm eager to hear.
Absolutely. I
And
was coming
like I said, I need to come in on this studio time. We'll
for
set it
sure.
up. We're gonna set it up. And
Okay.
shout out to your manager because I spoke to him earlier. He's lit.
Yeah,
I love
yeah. That's the homie, man. That's bro.
and when we have a part two, we're going to talk about the longevity of that relationship and how important
Absolutely, for
that
sure.
is, and hopefully the next album.
Let's get it, baby. I'm with it, man. Much love to you, Sheen, the family, man. Love y'all for always having me on. Every time project drop, they one of the first ones posting it, sharing it, everything, man. So it's always love over this way for y'all.
Yes, thank you. And this is Laura Miller, and this is Sheen Talk Live with VEDO, the singer. And hopefully next time y'all see me, I'm gonna be humming on the track.
Let's go, baby.
I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Bye-bye.